Now at 9, Ball State experiencing an employee shortage within dining halls.
Plus, the aftermath of what occurred at Astroworld and rapper Travis Scott's response.
Also, jurors are learning today in the Ahmaud Arbery trial.
And how Alec Baldwin is now advocating for gun safety on set.
Warmer temperatures for now, but is that going to continue? More on that in my full weather forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, thanks for being with us. I'm Zach Greer.
And I'm Janae Williams.
The Entrepreneurial Leadership Institute has a big week ahead of them. This week is Global Entrepreneurship Week. That starts today and ends Friday.
NewsLink Indiana's Vanessa Tocino shows us what the week entails.
Here at Ball State, the Entrepreneurial Leadership Institute Foundation is celebrating Global Entrepreneurship Week. This week highlights entrepreneurs around the world. The program focuses on empowering entrepreneurial behavior and offers many tools and opportunities to help students succeed in their path of entrepreneurship.
And what's really cool about Global Entrepreneurship Week is that it's global. It's literally everywhere, and everybody celebrates entrepreneurship in its various forms.
Networking is a very big factor within the ELI program. They connect with different community programs and leaders to problem solve and find solutions that they face within their community. Another part of the community programs is Chic Innovate, a program of women professionals.
We have 8 in our inaugural cohort this year. These are female professionals on campus and off campus. We come and we meet monthly, talk about our mission statement, talk about our strengths, our weaknesses, our challenges that we're facing, providing them tools in their toolkit to help them become leaders either in their role or emerge as leaders in the company, or if they would like to choose to move on, but giving them the resources and talents and skills that they need to do that.
The ELI program focuses on networking with different communities and leaders, and at the heart of everything, they value their purpose.
And the whole purpose is really to invest in people, to empower them to be able to behave entrepreneurially and pursue opportunity however they see it. So I can't think of anything more important than creative expression, and that's really what we help people do.
The ELI program will continue celebrating during this week until November 12th. In Muncie, Vanessa Tocino, NewsLink, Indiana.
Ball State University has been experiencing a shortage of employees in their dining halls. Students and employees alike have noticed a shortage of staff, with long lines and only a few people available to man the registers. Jacob Valentine, a barista at the university's North Dining Hall, expresses how the employee shortage has affected him.
But for a student who works at the Starbucks at North Dining, it can impact me from shift to shift. So if someone doesn't show up, we usually don't have enough people, and so I'm running around and doing everything I possibly can to keep us afloat with students lined up outside the door.
The dining halls have taken notice of their short staff and have been posting flyers and promotions for positions at the dining halls for Ball State students who are seeking jobs. Most posters provide a QR code for students to scan that will direct them for further instructions. And tossing it over to weather, it has been a beautiful day outside.
I know, I got to wear shorts to class, I got to eat lunch outside.
I did too.
Vanessa, are these temperatures going to continue?
They're going to stick around just for a little bit, but they're not going to stick around for too long. I'll get to that in my full weather forecast, but as of right now, today we saw 70 degrees. Our record high was actually last year in 2020, and our average high is 56, so we were above average. As of our current temperatures, we're sticking around the mid to upper 50s here, with Muncie at 56, Kokomo also at 56. But that is going to change pretty soon. Up in my full weather forecast, we're going to talk about a mild overnight. We're also going to discuss warm weather continues just for a few days, and cold weather, big changes ahead for our weather. So stick around for my full weather forecast.
3 days after a deadly tragedy claimed the lives of at least 8 Astroworld concert goers and injured several others, the first lawsuit has been filed against rapper Travis Scott and concert organizer Live Nation Entertainment.
This as more details emerge about the warning signs and possible missed signals and what might have been done to stop the crowd surge. A crowd of 50,000 was packed tightly as headliner Travis Scott began his set. leaving many crushed and trampled over waves of people moved towards the stage. Officials say Scott continued to play for about 30 minutes after the concert was declared a mass casualty event. Now, they're investigating what he knew and when. A lawsuit has now been filed against the rapper, the companies that organized the event, and others claiming they put profits over safety.
My focus right now, and the focus of others in this city, to make sure that the families of those who have lost loved ones, that their needs are being met.
Scott is now saying he will cover all funeral costs for the 8 victims. That's according to a statement released today by a representative for the artist. He will also partner with online therapy portal BetterHelp to provide free mental health services to those affected by the tragedy. The statement also said Scott is communicating with Houston law enforcement and city officials to connect with victims' families. The FBI is now assisting Houston police with the investigation. The criminal investigation could take weeks as concertgoers process the trauma.
Today, the jury for the Ahmaud Arbery case saw graphic photos of the crime scene, including Arbery's bloody body lying in the street and close-ups of his wounds. The pictures were shown while the crime scene investigator who processed the scene testified.
This is your mid-range, your close-up of Ahmaud's whole body before we start manipulating his shirt and everything. This is the mid-range of the gunshot wound underneath his arm, kind of to his shoulder.
Sheila Ramos was the second witness to testify in the trial of Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Bryan Jr. They are facing multiple charges including 5 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and 1 count of false imprisonment. All 3 men have pleaded not guilty.
Today, actor Alec Baldwin posted an idea on social media stating production companies should hire police officers on set to monitor weapons safety. The idea comes after last month's fatal shooting during the filming of his new movie. During rehearsal, Baldwin discharged a weapon loaded with a suspected live round. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was killed and director Joe Souza was injured. Since the incident, there has been renewed calls for better safety practices on set. Some productions have even banned the use of real guns. How the Biden administration is helping Afghan refugees transition to the U.S.
Plus, COVID-related travel restrictions were lifted over the weekend. How that will affect your travel plans.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Officials recovered nearly $6 million after a ransomware attack that took place this summer. The Justice Department announced today that the law enforcement seized the ransom payments from a Ukrainian national who was arrested in Poland last month. According to the indictment, the 22-year-old is accused of using ransomware on a Florida-based software firm over 4th of July weekend. That attack affected to 1,500 businesses around the world. He's being held in Poland pending extradition to the U.S.
Today, the Supreme Court heard arguments in a case where 3 Muslim men say the federal government illegally spied on them. The case involves a confidential informant hired by the FBI to conduct secret electronic surveillance and gather information about the Muslim men in the neighborhood in Orange County, California.
They instructed him to spy on Sheikh Yasser Fazaga just because he was a religious leader who stood up for his community. On Ali Malik, just because he had embraced his faith as a young man. And on Yasser Abdul Rahim, just because he was living with other Muslims and playing a lot of video games.
A district court ruled in favor of the government and dismissed the claims under the secret state privilege. Then the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals reversed the decision.
The Biden administration plans to waive immigration-related fees for up to 70,000 Afghan evacuees. The Department of Homeland Security announced the move today. It affects Afghan natives who were evacuated from their country on or after July 30th and are resettling in the U.S. The evacuees need work permits to legally work in the U.S., but the filing fee for applications costs $410. The fees for obtaining lawful permanent residence can be more than $1,200. Thousands of Afghans came to the U.S. shortly before the U.S. military withdrew from their country at the end of August. According to the DHS, more than 14,000 of them have been resettled.
The Biden administration is sending out deportation notices to 78,000 migrants. These individuals were recently released into the U.S. after crossing the border from Mexico. They received notices to report when they arrived instead of notices to appear. A notice to report puts the responsibility on migrants to initiate their own legal process instead of giving them a specific court date. Officials are sending packets with that information, but immigration advocates worry the packets might not reach migrants who don't have an official address. That would cause them to miss their court dates and possibly be removed from the country without due process. In your COVID news, an analysis released this weekend announced that more than 10,000 people in the U.S. were infected with COVID-19 simply by seeking medical care in the hospital. Kaiser Health News examined Medicare records and discovered patients seeking care for things like heart attacks and kidney failure ended up contracting COVID-19 during their hospital stay. The study's authors note the number is also likely an undercount, since they only had access to records from Medicare and state records from California and Florida. According to American Hospital Association, about 42% of U.S. hospitals require all staff members to be vaccinated. It's unclear if the majority of COVID transmissions in hospitals come from other patients or caregivers.
An official for the Biden administration says Pfizer is expected to seek emergency authorization for its COVID booster in patients 18 and older. The Food and Drug Administration has already authorized the booster for people 65 or older, as well as those at an increased risk of contracting COVID due to medical, living, or working conditions. The new request would extend booster authorization to all adults regardless of risk. Pfizer hasn't indicated whether it will seek booster authorization for people under 18 years old.
After nearly 2 years, the United States will be back open to vaccinated international travelers. The U.S. lifted the pandemic travel ban for more than 30 countries, who were shut down for 20 months. Visitors will need to show proof of vaccination and recent negative COVID test, with some exceptions. Port Authority officials say the reopening will make for full flights and long lines. Delta says it has seen a 450% increase in international bookings in 6 weeks since the reopening was announced. Airlines are still adjusting and continue to bring back employees and aircraft sidelined because of the pandemic.
You know, it's very nice that people are actually able to travel now. Vanessa, are these temperatures going to continue for these people?
They're going to stick around just for a little bit. Like today, we're seeing around average temperatures with Muncie at 56, so that's pretty average. But pretty soon, we are going to see quite a drop in these temperatures, even going into the 40s. But more on that in my full weather forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father.
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
it's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Side and very excited for what's going to happen this week. Vanessa, let's toss it over to you for full weather.
Yeah, right now we're seeing temperatures within the 50-degree range all throughout the state. We're seeing Muncie here at 56, Indianapolis a bit cooler along with Fort Wayne in the 50-degree range, even Terre Haute reaching down here into 47 degrees. We're going to see for tonight these temperatures are going to continue. They're going to stay, we're going to have some light clouds move along here. And tonight we're going to have mostly clear skies, and we're seeing these clouds move along the area. It's going to be pretty brisk, and we're going to see mostly clear skies for our evening. And our low is going to be around 45 degrees. Like I said, mostly clear skies, south-southwest winds from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Over here, we're going to see that these conditions are going to be similar all throughout the state. Indianapolis here with 43 degrees, Kokomo and Lafayette also with 43 degrees, and Muncie staying right in the middle here with 45 degrees. Into tomorrow morning, these cool temperatures are going to continue. We're going to see 47 at 9 a.m., 59 at 12, and reaching our high 60 degrees with partly to mostly cloudy skies. For tomorrow night, we're going to see conditions reaching here in similar conditions, 46 degrees with our low, mostly cloudy skies though instead of mostly clear, and west winds with 5 miles an hour. Now looking into a little bit further than recently, we're seeing rain chances, much colder air by Friday, and snow flurries that are possible here going into next week. Looking at our precision cast, Wednesday night we're seeing an overcast in the state of Indiana, but then moving into Thursday night we're seeing this band of storms hit the state with a bunch of rain for Thursday night. Now making that a little bit more severe, we're seeing Friday night we're going to have chances of snow. So that snow is indicated by the white we're seeing in this pink area. That is a mix of rain and snow. We are going to have these snow flurries, and they're going to remain here on the grass, but on the sidewalk it's going to look like it was just rain, so it's not going to stick around or accumulate to too much. Now looking at the national map here, we're seeing below average temperatures are reaching the east side of the nation, and it's going to affect the Midwest area, so those cooler temperatures are going to come into play for us. Over here in the full weather, or over the next 5 days, we're going to see temperatures go from the 60-degree range and drop down into the 50 to 40% range here on Thursday. With Friday, we're going to have 50 degrees, Saturday with 41. So those temperatures are going to drop drastically. In our mid 7-day forecast, we're going to see that reflected quite nicely. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the 60-degree range, drop pretty significantly on Friday with 50, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with 40 degrees, and lows reaching in the 30-degree range.
And you know, I find it very crazy that we're going to be having snow. I mean, today was super hot, and then all of a sudden we're going to be having snow. Like,
But we are in Indiana, and cold weather means it's time for basketball season.
That is very true. Vanessa,
Joey.
thank you.
Yeah.
Local high school basketball season getting ready to make its return to the court, and one Ball State team wrapping up their fall season over the weekend. Stick around for more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Joey Moore with sports. With local high school basketball getting things started, NewsLink Indiana's Caleb Zuver traveled out to Yorktown to see how the Tigers are preparing for the new year.
The Yorktown Lady Tigers kicking off their opening practices of the year as girls high school basketball tips off all around the area next week. Coach Leanne Barga is hoping to achieve a couple of different goals for her team this year.
I just want to make sure that every practice we get better. Every game, win or lose, that we can take something from that and improve on, or, just tweak some things or whatever. But, obviously, as a coach, I want to win county. We want to win sectional. We just want to be ready at the end of the season and see where we can go from there.
Coach Barga knows that they have a few holes to fill this year, as they will be losing 4 seniors that averaged a combined 37 points per game just 1 year ago.
It's a working process. We're hitting it hard. They know that they have to pick up the slack in scoring, and they've welcomed that challenge.
In just over a week, fans from all around the Yorktown community will be filing in right here at the Yorktown Gymnasium. It'll be the Lady Tigers' first game in a normal atmosphere in almost 2 years, and they couldn't be more excited for the opportunity.
It's exciting to finally have other people in the gym, because it won't be as silent, and so we'll have other voices, and it won't be as deathly silent.
And I think it's really special because we have lots of friends and family who really wanted the opportunity to come see us last year and didn't get that chance, so we finally get to showcase to them what we have this season, and I think that's really important.
In Muncie, Caleb Zuver, NewsLink Indiana.
On November 5th through the 7th, Ball State men's tennis closing out their fall season at the MAC Conference Indoor Tournament in Western Michigan. Overall, the Cardinals going 14-11 in all singles matches throughout the course of the weekend, while also going 5-6 in doubles. Underachieving their initial hopes, there were a few bright spots for some individuals during the course of the tournament. True freshman Nathaniel Webster was able to reach the Flight 3 main draw for singles, but eventually losing in the title match to Western Michigan's Benjamin George. Petar Petrovic and Abe Wojtalik also advanced to the finals in their own flights, but both lost in their title matches respectively. Turning their focus to the spring, Ball State squaring off against Eastern Illinois on January 21st. And with that season ending, another one starting tomorrow morning. Ball State women's basketball hosting the Milwaukee Panthers as they begin their regular season campaign. With tip-off set for 11:30 a.m., the Cardinals look to rectify last year's disappointing season-opening loss to the Panthers as Ball State fell 56-67. The Cardinals entering the matchup with some momentum, handing a huge loss to Oakland City University in an exhibition matchup, 122-26. Ball State will look to transfer this dominance as they look to begin this season 1-0 and move to 2-5 all-time versus Milwaukee. And obviously a big win on the scoreboard in the exhibition match for Ball State. Really excited to see what they do in a real match tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I mean, going out to Worthen for the first time for a women's basketball game, can't be more excited for it. Joey, thank you. Coming up, we'll take a look at what's trending.
And we'll check the final weather. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Daniel Hochsteller. Daniel, what do you have for us?
Good evening, guys. When you think about a skateboard, you think about a board and wheels. Well, this guy put a different spin on it. A young pizza maker in the Netherlands has combined two of his passions, pizza and skateboarding. Take a look. Simon Flowerboy Kazakbari makes skateboards out of his pizza. He dabs the pizza so it doesn't get moldy, lets it dry for a week before sealing it with chemicals. Then he lets that process dry for about 10 days to harden. Kazakbari also makes other things from pizza, stools, tables, or pictures of real pizza to hang up. Let's bring it back to America. It happened Sunday in Sacramento after a deer fell into a canal. Concerned witnesses called firefighters when the frightened animal couldn't scale the sides of the concrete canal next to the American River. First responders realized they couldn't do much from their fire engine, so they called in a rescue boat. The crew was able to pull the deer to safety, eventually walked away from the scene on its own without any major injuries.
Daniel, thank you. Now it's time to take one final look at weather.
Over the next few days, we're seeing those temperatures stick in the 60-degree range, but come Friday, it's going to drop down to 50. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're going to go right back into the 40s, with lows being near freezing.
Vanessa, thank you. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.